Miami's incredible comeback there at Kyle. First of all, I really wish this wasn't a 10:30 game. It was, especially, you got to think, it was all of this going on, these upset after upset, just primetime games, and couldn't believe what was happening. And then you got to end the day, 10:30 game on the eastern side of things here. Miami versus Cal, which was an exciting matchup, but tough to stay up for. So this was unbelievable. 35-10 in the third quarter. The game seemed to be over. It seemed like here we are again, another upset. And Cal is a team that lost to Florida State, I believe. And so they were seen as a good team, but then you lose to a team that everybody seems to be able to beat. It was like, huh? And so they showed up against Miami and took control. There was nothing not going their way pretty much for that first half, and they were able to. They had Jaden Ott involved. They were moving the football, scoring at will, and again, this game seemed over. But from that point on, Miami just turned it on. And what I've learned was what I saw against Virginia Tech is true. Miami's defense is not all of that. But they did make plays when they needed to. They were very timely with when they came up with their stops, which is what allowed even for this comeback. Because even if they would have done that, what they did offensively, if the defense can't make any plays, it would be all for nothing. So their defense stepped up when needed to, but that's a defense that gives up points. And then their offense is is true. We saw it. We saw it in the early games where they weren't playing anybody, and you kind of wondered, okay, is this going to translate? It appears so. Cam Ward is the truth. They have big time weapons out there, and as long as he is on the field, you're never out of the game. And this is a prime example. That team may not have the strongest defense, but Cam Ward deserves to be and remain in that Heisman candidate race. And listen, that was a big time win for Miami. And I look at their schedule and see like they don't, again, you don't know it's any given Saturday, but if we're just taking the schedule at face value, it's not a daunting schedule by any sense of the imagination here. So they have a chance to, let's see their schedule here. They do have a bye week here after that big win. Then they have Louisville, who's okay, Florida State, okay, Duke, Georgia Tech, at Georgia Tech. That should be a good one. Wake Forest, and then ending the season at Syracuse. Tell me Miami's toughest game there. Syracuse will be a tough one, likely their toughest moving forward, but that's at the very end of the season. Duke is under the radar, but can be a tough game. And again, who knew that Virginia Tech would test them like that? Who knew that Cal would be a test? You kind of wondered, you kind of had like your side eye, like Cal may be able to compete with them, but you weren't all the way sure. And so, especially after this week, you won't be surprised if somebody does shock them and either defeats them or hangs with them when you didn't expect it. But just taking it at face value, they can easily be an undefeated team here at the end of the season. So more to come. We shall see, but an incredible comeback there by the Hurricanes.